Hello, my name's Annarose White and I'm with Beehive Quilt Shop, and today we thought it would be really fun to do a little quick tour of some of Tula's thread colors with Aurifil that are her 100% cotton, and how they're kind of paired up with things because as a quilter and as a Tula Pink enthusiast, I know some people we identify as Tula Troops. That is, I know, a Facebook group. But I love these Aurifil thread kits from Tula Pink. I personally would describe myself as a Tula as a thread snob. I love my thread collection. I love sewing with colorful thread when I'm piecing quilts, although I do have a certain affinity for Dove Gray color 2600. I really think that there's a lot of value and a lot of fun in sewing with colorful thread, but sometimes it is really hard to color match. And the more and more I meet quilters, the more and more I hear that quilters have to travel a large distance, or they're forced to buy stuff online, which is fun, but also it's a little bit, am I buying the right thread color for the right piece of fabric? And so I love unicorn poop because, one, it's fun to say, but Tula Pink came out with a line of solid fabrics that she curated and called unicorn poop the same time that she made dragon's breath. And so this is a few years ago, but still incredibly relevant. These colors are still in her Designer Solids reorderable catalog from Free Spirit Fabrics. And we at Beehive Quilt Shop, we have a curated kit of her unicorn poop colors. The fun thing, and I don't know if Tula has a reason behind this, but unicorn poop doesn't just have 10 colors, it actually has 11. So there are 11 beautiful colors of solids that are in her Tula Pink collection. And so we'll, maybe what we'll do in the future is we'll get a picture of all of these and we'll put the thread color like right attached to it. But it's just, as you can see, it's a beautiful pastel color palette. But like I said, it's just super fun. It's called Unicorn Poop. But she has this beautiful thread kit called Unicorn Poop. And on the back cover, you really can't quite see it because she has these beautiful images of the thread, but they're not the actual physical color. So if you look this up online, it's kind of hard to see the shading. And because these are great kits, you can't really open them to like just slide it open, even if you were in person, to look at what these colors are. So what we did is we pulled her 10 colors that are listed here in Unicorn Poop and the large spools of Aurifil. And I'm just gonna let you know what those colors are called so that we can make some of our own, so you can kind of make some of your own decisions on what spools you might be interested in getting. I'm gonna just color shuffle these just a tiny bit. And just like most things, these aren't dead matches, but these are, if you were sewing with these colors, these would be threads that you would consider doing. So this is a really beautiful shade of pink, but her two pink colors in Unicorn Poop is color number 2423. Is the slightly darker. It's very hard to see even in person, but it is a darker shade of pink and it's 2423. And then her other one that's a lighter pink, even more unicorn poopy, is a 2410. And so those are her two colors of, yeah, we'll get some close-ups. They look beautiful with Katie's nails, beautiful. So here again are the two shades of pink that she has, and they're beautiful. So those are the large spools, but like I said, those are the same colors that are included in her kit, Unicorn Poop. But this type of kit is only in a small package of the small spools, which the difference, again, if you're new to Aurifil thread, maybe you don't know much about it, but I love Aurifil. It's an Italian company. So first of all, I just think it's fun because you can say I sew with Italian thread, and it's 100% cotton. But these spools, I know it says it on here, they're 220 yards each, and it's 50 weight thread is what we're talking about. So 100% cotton, 50 weight thread, and it's 220 yards on a piece, versus these large spools that we're talking about here. The same color is available in both sizes, but these large spools have 1,300 meters. It doesn't say how many yards, but maybe we'll put it in the comment, in the description below. But anyway, moving along, she has this really nice pale peachy coral, and it is 2420 is the thread color. And so it's a darker shade than the fabric, but it's a beautiful shade. It's kind of also would work. There's of course many shades of flesh, but it definitely is like a light, very light peach, very light coral. It's just very nice. This next one, she has only one color of yellow fabric, but she does have 2 colors of yellow thread. So she must like yellow, but it's 2105 is the thread color and 2110. And so both of those colors pair with the yellow color of unicorn poop. And so it's just like yellow is just so great. It's the color of friendship. It's the color of sunshine. Yellow is a warm color. It's an activating color. I personally have a large craft closet at home, but it's actually like a small craft room separate from my quilt room because glitter belongs in the craft closet. Glitter does not belong in my sewing room unless it is meshed into the fabric at this point in my life. But anyway, yellow is the color of my craft closet. So it's just a very useful color. She has 2 shades of green. This one is very much like this is like mint chocolate chip ice cream that's pale. And this is like a very light yellow celery, very pale sherbet kind of, I don't know, maybe a weak key lime pie. I don't know, but it's very nice. Actually, let's call it cantaloupe. It's really like, like a kiss of cantaloupe is what that color is. You know, doesn't that sound fun? It could be a candle, you know, feel free to make a candle and name it that. But 2830 is the color. So it best goes with this one. This one kind of doesn't quite have its own color. But you could also use that very pale yellow color of thread earlier and pair it up with this light cantaloupe color. Oh yeah, that's probably what she meant to do. Was probably this. But anyway, it's just beautiful. But again, she does have 10 spools of thread, but she does have 11 fabrics in the unicorn poop. So a couple of them are doubled up. These next ones, I love these colors. I have made several pink and blue quilts before. And so we have these 5 shades are left to go. And so we have this beautiful periwinkle color. This is 2770, and it's a darker periwinkle, but it's very beautiful. And it's kind of, it would go with this. Go with this color, whatever that one is. And it's just really nice. These mint colors, I also wonder if in my preparation, I think I got 2 of the same color. This one is the one that's missing in our thing, but we'll put it in the description below. But there's definitely some shade of aqua that we'll add in here. But those are 2 colors of, there's kind of a greenish aqua and one that's a little bit more blue. And those are over there. And then our last 2 threads and our last 2 fabrics, we have this really pale orchid that's 2510 is the thread color. And it's just a beautiful shade of orchid. It's just, I just love all versions of purple. And then this very last one is 2562, and it's just a really great shade of purple. And it's just fabulous. So if you've ever wondered what colors of thread pair with unicorn poop, now you have your answer. And that is our little teaser on our Tula Pink unicorn poop Aurifil thread combination. So hope you enjoyed that. We're going to do a couple more other Tula videos that you can also watch next.